Hello everyone and welcome to the Digimon video. In this video I'm going to be going over some potential and confirmed upcoming announcement and releases that we expect to see in the Digimon franchise in 2022. Now 2021 was a pretty big year for Digimon. The Vital Bracelet was released, Adventure Colon finished, and of course Digimon Ghost Game started, as well of course as the new manga that's currently running in Psycho Jump, which is Digimon Dreamers. The TCG also continued to release, and of course at the end of 2020 we had more of an English and wider release for the TCG, and that continued on into 2021. We also had news of games starting up from Digimon in the Korean and Chinese markets, so that's pretty exciting too. So 2021, yeah, pretty big year for Digimon. But I'm expecting 2022 to be even bigger. And I actually wrote up my ideas for this video prior to the announcement that we're going to be getting a Digimon convention or online streaming event that will be streaming in late February. So we kind of have that as what we will expect to see most of the announcements from, and a lot of my ideas that I have in this video, I guess, will be confirmed or denied in that convention in February. So it's also a good timing of it, so we can see how wrong I can be, basically, for that upcoming Digicon. So let's get into it. So Ghost Game will likely end in 2022, or at least it'll go until the very end of 2022. So I'm wondering if we're going to continue to get news about a new Digimon anime that will start after Ghost Game, or we're going to have a bit of a longer break between seasons. We had Adventure Colon end, and then Ghost Game started the next week. So we didn't have much of a break, so I'm wondering if we'll move on to the next series of Digimon pretty soon after finishing Ghost Game. However, as of recording, there's no news about how long Ghost Game will be. And I actually have a curse with my videos. I say, as of this video, this thing hasn't been confirmed. And then, like, the day before I release the video, we get confirmation on things. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be continuing on with that curse and have to have a bit in the description like, oh, this thing was confirmed. But no, as of recording this, we don't know how many episodes there are. Of course, there's lots of clickbait articles about, oh, this is confirmed for 20 episodes. Don't believe any of those. As of recording this, there's been no confirmed end date or episode length for this series. In any case, as long as Ghost Game continues, I'm expecting to see more Ghost Game DIMs, or at least a few more. Of course, in the DIMs that we have so far, we don't have mega forms for Gammamon, Jellymon, or Angoramon. So I'm wondering if we'll get like a Gammamon version 2, or a Angoramon version 2, or Jellymon version 2, or if it's going to continue on like other Digimon seasons and not only have like another member, a new member of the group join, like a 4th Ranger or a 6th Ranger sort of thing going on, but we also usually get an upgraded Digivice. Now, we didn't have this in Colon, but in most seasons of Digimon we get an upgraded Digivice. So I'm wondering if we'll get a Vital Bracelet Digivice version 2 with some version 2 DIMs. I'm not sure. It depends on how long Ghost Game goes on for. And I would honestly like to see the Vital Bracelet series continue, and I'm wondering what the future of the Vital Bracelet looks like once Ghost Game has concluded. And to bring on to my next prediction, I'm expecting a Vital Bracelet 2. Now, while the Digivice VB, or Digivice V rather, did introduce a lot of great small quality of life improvements, I'm expecting there to be a Vital Bracelet 2 to take the place of the Digivice V, because the Digivice V is not called a Vital Bracelet 2. It's called the Digivice V, even though it is, in theory, a second Vital Bracelet. I'm expecting them to release another one to take the place of the Digivice V once Ghost Game has finished. And I don't see them returning back to the original Vital Bracelet, just on the basis that it's missing a few of those quality of life improvements. And in the other Vital Bracelet series, so for Ultraman and Kamen Rider, they continued on with those quality of life improvements that we saw in the Digivice V. So I can't imagine them trying to sell the Vital Bracelet that's the first one that misses these features, or the Digivice V, which will be promoting an anime that is no longer airing. So that's why I'm expecting a Vital Bracelet 2 to be coming out once Ghost Game finishes. Of course, also in anime news, there's also the 02 movie that we found about back in August. I'm hoping we get more information about that. I'm expecting more information to be coming out with Digicon. What I would really like is and you can watch it now sort of thing. Like we've seen with games before, and you can download it right now, and it'd be like available on streaming services. I'd be surprised if that happened, but because we haven't had much information, there's not much to go on other than just it's a Daisuke 02 movie. I'm really looking forward to it. So I'm hoping we get information about it soon, and I'm hoping it's streaming soon. It would be nice if it could be streaming in February. That would be ideal because I like, surprise, surprise, I like Digimon. That may be a bit of a surprise to a lot of you, but I do like Digimon. But in any case, speaking of more nostalgia things, I'm wondering if we're going to get news or releases of more version 20ths for anniversaries, or if we're more or less done. The version 15th Digivices did stop. After a while, we didn't get a version 15th detector or D-scanner. It stopped at the D-Arc or D-Power, which is the Digimon Tamers Digivice. They didn't continue on version 15ths. So I'm wondering if the version 20ths will also finish off after that initial chunk of version 20ths we have. We do, however, have the Pendulum Progress turning 20 this year. A few years ago when I wrote up a blog post about what I'm expecting from the upcoming decade, I had the Pendulum Progress version 20th as one of those predictions, but looking at how they're doing the releases, they actually seem to be sort of almost moving away from revivals of older virtual pets and more thinking about new versions of that, like how we had the Pendulum Z, how it was still focused on nostalgia and it was still seen as a continuation from that, but it wasn't a revival of the original one. It wasn't another version 20th of the Pendulum. It was a new idea itself. So I'm wondering we'll get more of those, or we'll get more version 20ths. And if we do, it's the year for the Pendulum Progress, which turns 20 in 2022. So if we're going to get a continuation of the version 20ths, I say this year, but 2022 is the year to expect it. And if we don't get a Pendulum Progress version 20th, I guess we're done with the idea of version 20ths. There's also the D-Scanner, which, as I mentioned, never got a version 15th. And I feel like if we're getting a Pendulum Progress version 20th, we could also have a D-Scanner version 20th because they also came out in the same time period. And they match really well together. You can jog rest the D-Scanner Digimon with the Pendulum Progress Digimon. So we could go down that path and it's not a version 15th, it's a version 20th. And also speaking of version 15th, we could have a late Digivice IC version 15th, which just turned 15. I think it was in 2021 from memory. So we could get a very late version 15th for the IC, but at this point I'd be surprised if we skip over the D-Scanner and go straight to the IC. However, I would prefer that because the D-Scanner on the Japanese release was just a barcode scanner. It wasn't a virtual pet like the IC, and it wasn't a quest-based pedometer Digivice like all the other Digivices. So it was a little bit more on the boring side. Now, if we don't get a Progress version 20th, I'm wondering if we're going to get news about a new virtual pet series like we had for the DMX and the Pendulum Z. Again, they weren't revivals, they weren't version 20ths, they were continuations from existing virtual pets. So the DMX was a continuation of the original DMOG, which is the bricks, and the Pendulum Z was a continuation of the Pendulum series virtual pets. So I'm wondering if we'll get another one that's a continuation. Maybe we'll get a continuation on the Pendulum Progress. So in the same way that we have the DMX and the Pendulum Z, but we just don't get a version 20th Pendulum Progress. Either is possible. And now this is very recently news that the DMX2 is confirmed for March 2022. And I'm wondering if we're going to be getting news about a version 3 coming out in English. And if we do get that, I'm assuming that we will at this point because we got the version 1 DMX and then we got the version 2 DMX, which is coming out in March. I'm wondering if we'll get the third version of the DMX, the DMX3, coming out in, if I had to guess, I'd say around August, definitely in the second half of 2022. I'm expecting us not to hear about that at the Digimon Con. If we hear about anything, it will be about the upcoming release of the version 2 DMX, because that's going to be the very quick to release after. It's going to be very soon released after the convention, which the convention is late February, and unless I'm completely wrong, the DMX 2 is coming out in March. So I expect if we are to hear about the DMX, it'll be that one. And maybe they could chuck on the end of like, and the version 3 is coming soon. Maybe not giving us a date, but maybe saying that it exists. I'm not sure. And speaking of virtual pets, we could get news about a Pendulum Z coming out in English once the DMX is done. However, I'd be very surprised because, as I mentioned, the Pendulum Z is a continuation of the Pendulum series of virtual pets. And outside of the Pendulum cycle, we never actually got a Pendulum released in English, or at least widely released outside of Japan. I know that Hong Kong and Korea did have a few Pendulums, but in the wider outside of Japan release, we only got the Pendulum cycle, and that is very different from a regular Pendulum. And if you want to know what the Pendulum cycle is, I have so many videos on the topic, so I won't even bore you with the weight-based evolution and reverting back to child every day. You can check out the other videos on that topic. But in any case, that's sort of what I'm expecting about the virtual pet side of the franchise. And then, of course, Survive will hopefully be released. Now, it was originally going to be released in 2020, but of course there's the pandemic and a few delays, so I didn't mind the wait. But hopefully 2022 is the year of Digimon Survive. I'm expecting there to be a lot of news about it on the Digimon Con. I'd be surprised if we don't hear about it at all, because this is just for Digimon. It's not like it's at a regular gaming convention. This is specifically for Digimon. So I'd be very surprised if we don't get news about it. I'm also expecting maybe, hopefully, before the middle of the year, like maybe around April or March. But as long as it comes out, I'm not too fussed. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not, scratching off my skin excited for it. Like, oh, I'm going to die if I don't play this game. Like, I can wait because it looks really good and I'm very excited for it. But I can wait as long as the more I wait, maybe the better game it will be. And that's kind of what I'm thinking. In any case, that's sort of what I'm expecting from 2022 in terms of releases and announcements. It's definitely going to be shaping up to be another big year for Digimon, maybe even bigger than 2021, which I thought was a pretty big year for Digimon. We got a lot of stuff. It was a good year. We got the Vital Bracelet, and I love the Vital Bracelet so much. And we also got the Wave 2 Pendulum Zs, also came out this year, but that was kind of shoved to the side because of the Vital Bracelet, which is my favourite thing ever now because gamified fitness, yay! But anyway, so that's all of what I expect and hope and predict to be announced and released this year. I keep on saying this year, but it's still 2021, and I'm releasing this on the 31st of December 2021. So I keep on saying this year. 2022 is what I meant. But in any case, what are you hoping for the most? What are you expecting? What are you predicting? What do you think about my predictions? Let me know in the comment section, and I will see you on the next video. Bye!